Hello, everybody. I am going to read you a book, and it's called The Tiny Seed by Carle. And this book is from Happy Hearts, and it's all about the 4 seasons. So does anybody know what season we're in now? What just happened? What season did it turn to? It went from winter to spring, right? So happy spring. Okay, ready? It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? So there's the tiny seed. He might be tiny, but does he have the same light as all the other ones? Yes. One of those seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Oh no. Sun is very hot. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. Ugh. The ice never melts and the seed cannot grow. Because if the ice never melts, then there's no what? There's no dirt, right? And a seed needs dirt to grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. So the tiny seed is all the way over here, and the rest of the seeds are over here, right? Here's the one that got stuck on the snowy mountain. Let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 seeds altogether. 1 got stuck on the mountain, right? So there are 8. If there are 9 minus 1 is 8 seeds left. And there's 1 tiny seed. So of these 8 seeds minus 1 tiny seed, there are 7 bigger seeds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 tiny seed. Okay. Now they fly over the ocean. 1 seed falls into the water, bloop, and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. So where's the one that fell in the water? There he is. So now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? There are 6 big ones, and the tiny seed makes 7. This, to me, looks like a parrotfish, because it's a fish that looks like a parrot, so we call it the parrotfish. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that is. 1 seed drifts down onto the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. So 1 seed drops into the desert. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 big seeds plus 1 little seed is 6 seeds altogether. Anybody know what these are called? These are cactus, right? Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats 1 seed. Ooh. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. So the seeds have fallen on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds left, right? And the little seeds here, the bird wasn't even able to see the little seed because it's so tiny. And he got one of them. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they were going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. sounds cozy, right? But it's probably very cold. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch, but the tiny seed lies very still, so the mouse does not see it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 big seeds, plus 1 little seed is 5. But the little mouse is eating one for lunch. So he has 1, 2, 3 big seeds left only. And the tiny seed. Even though he's tiny, it's working out in his favor, right? The animals don't see him, so they don't eat him. Now it is spring, right? So it's spring right now for us too. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by. The sun shines. Rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they start to burst open a little. Now they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. So see down here? The seeds have grown roots. Right? Just like I tell you, you grow your roots too into the ground to stay strong. So the seeds have grown roots and then they've sprouted up into plants. Then their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed. And it takes all the sunlight and all the rain away from the new small plants. And that little plant dies. So there's a little plant here, but he can't get his resources. He's not able to feel the sunlight or soak up any of the rain because this big weed has taken all of his resources, right? So he doesn't make it. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry. But finally, it too starts to grow a plant. So, which one do you think is the tiny seed? This one, right? This little plant. So now we had 1, 2, 3 big plants and a small seed. But now there's only 2 big plants and a small plant, right? How many birds do you see flying over the sun? 2. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and for springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. So did the child mean to do that? No, of course not, right? But he stepped right on the plant. So the plant is now broken and it cannot grow. So now that only leaves 1 big plant and 1 little plant, right? From the tiny seed and the bigger seed. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. So he has 1, 2, 3, and the other plant has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What color is this flower? Orange, right? And yellow. And the center of it is a little bit of yellow and a little bit of green. Before the tiny plant, okay. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First, there are footsteps. Then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. Should we pick our flowers? Not really, right? Sometimes they're beautiful to have in our house, but then they can't grow anymore in the earth, right? So, something to think about. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. That's nice though, right? That he's able to do that. It's a beautiful gift that we're able to have flowers from Mother Earth, right? To give to people we love. Now it is summer. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. Is it tiny? Not anymore, right? It's huge. It's even bigger than this house and the trees and the people. It's humongous. Could you imagine? You could fit 1, 2, 3, about 4 adults on this, right? 4 Miss Victorias on top of each other. That's silly. Very tall. Now the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows out of it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. It is a giant flower. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. It's bringing such joy to all of the animals, right? And the people. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter. The nights grow cooler. And the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower, right? Because the leaves change in the autumn, see? In the fall. Some petals drop from the giant flower and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down onto the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower's seed pods open. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away into the wind. So the flower is breaking, but what's coming out of it? The seeds, right? The seeds. What do you think can happen with these seeds? Let's find out. Oh, that's the end of the book. So what do you guys think will happen to these seeds? Do you think that it'll be just like the beginning of the book? When the seeds were flying? Yes, right? So that's how the flowers reproduce. And that's how they all keep coming back every season, right? Every spring season they come back and they come back because their seeds are all carrying on, even though the flower itself doesn't survive through the winter, right? But its seeds do. And then in the spring it can grow again, right? It can grow new flowers. So that's the end of the book. I hope you guys liked it. I thought it was a cute book. And we're going to do a little project about it, okay? All right, bye.